Hi everybody and welcome back. Now so far we've seen how lists really are the workhorse of Python, and we've seen the power of the if, the else and the elif statements. Well, how about combining all of these things together? Let's take a look at a type of online shopping cart as our example. So let's start off with creating our shopping cart, and our shopping cart is just a list of items that we have in our cart. So we are adding a comment here to say creating our shopping cart. Okay, next we create our list of shopping cart items. So shopping cart equals square brackets. Now let's populate our shopping cart. Pens, paper, and as always each item in our list is separated with a comma. Stapler, and finally let's add in some post-its, because who doesn't like post-its? Perfect. Now what we're going to do is, for each item in our shopping cart, we're going to add in a print message saying adding and the item to our order. So let's add in a comment here so we know what we're doing. Adding each item to an order. There we go. And let's start this off with a for statement. So four items in our shopping cart. Okay, so for each of our items in shopping cart, we want to print. So open up with double quotes, adding, space, close double quotes, plus item, plus, open double quotes, space to your order. Okay, and let's close that up with our bracket. And then we close this off with a print statement telling the user that their order is complete. So print, your order is complete. So imagine you're on something like Amazon.com and you're clicking away on pens, paper, stapler, and then you click checkout and you'll get a message saying your order is complete. We're doing a very simple version of that through our terminal and through our code here. Okay, so let's run this and see what we get. First we save it. Here we go, and now let's run. Adding pens to your order, paper, stapler, post-its, your order is complete. Perfect, so that's what we want. Very simple. Now, what happens when one of our items in our list could be out of stock? How would we deal with that? So you have to imagine again that we have a shopping cart list, and there could be another list in our program, which we'll look at later, which could be a list of out of stock items. So there's somebody else in the office, and every time an item is out of stock, they're updating that list. So let's have a look at how we would deal with an item that's out of stock. We can use an if statement inside a for loop. So let's do that now. So inside our for loop, and as we mentioned before, indentation is very important in Python. So if item, and we're going to say that pens are out of stock. So if our item is pens, print, spelling mistake there, that item is out of stock. Okay, simple enough. Let's close off our double quotes, close our bracket. Now, otherwise, else, we have to indent our print, adding the item to our order. This time we check each ordered item before adding it to our cart. Our if statement checks to see if our user has ordered pens. If they have, then we display a message saying that pens are out of stock. So let's have a look at how that would work. Command and save and run. There we go. Our first item is pens, and we get the message, sorry, that item is out of stock. Not bad, a very simple online ordering system, or the bones of one anyway. Now there will come a time when we will be working with empty lists. After all, if we are creating a shopping cart, we don't know in advance what our user is going to put in it and what they are going to buy. So our list obviously will be empty at the very beginning of our program. So let's stick with our shopping cart example and check whether the list shopping cart is empty before proceeding to the checkout. If the list is empty, we'll tell the user that they need to add an item to their cart before proceeding. If the list is not empty, we'll proceed with the order just as we did in the previous example. So let's do that now. So let me clear off here. And we're just going to update this comment here because this is going to be a new program. Working with empty lists. Perfect. So let's first create our empty list. empty shopping cart. Okay, shopping cart equals, and as we saw before, an empty list is created with just 2 square brackets. Now, if shopping cart for item in shopping cart, what are we going to do now here? What we're going to do is we're going to print adding, very similar to last time, plus item plus brackets plus double quotes space to your cart. Close that off, brackets. Okay, otherwise we print your order is complete. Now, or else, print you must select an item before proceeding. Okay, so what have we done? Let's have a quick look. We've created an empty shopping cart here. Now we've opened up an if statement. So if our shopping cart, so for item in our shopping cart, print adding item to our order. But as we know, our shopping cart is empty. If it's not empty, we get the print message, your order is complete. But it is empty, so we get the message, you must select an item before proceeding. So we're checking that. So let's just save this and let's run it. You must select an item before proceeding. Okay, let's modify this slightly and add an item into our shopping cart. So let's add in pens, save it, and run it. Adding pens to your cart, your order is complete. So there you go, a very simple example of how we can check if an item is in a list or not, and how to use the else statement, the if statement, and the for statement all together to create a shopping cart example. I hope you found this helpful. If not, please let me know and ask any questions you would like in the Q&A section of this lecture. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next lecture.